Okay, I think we've started the recording here. So I'm going to, yes, it says recording in the upper left hand. So there we are. I got the thumbs up from Carl. So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday training. This is a special edition of Carl's training, and he gave me the opportunity to come on and talk about my massive marketing success system when it comes to generating traffic to a really good lead capture page, which will generate leads to your Kalatu Cloud, is really what we're talking about here. That's our recommended autoresponder contact manager of choice. And then of those people that opt in, a great email series they receive, and the opportunity to come into Empower Network at the $7 trial level and learn how to make the multiple $1,000 monthly income that everybody dreams and desires of. So what we're going to talk about today is actually, some of you are going to be watching this either recorded or you're going to be watching it within the back office perhaps of Traffic Leads to Income VM or on somebody's blog perhaps, because this is sort of a very important training video that's going to be seen many times by a lot of different people. So I got to make sure I do a really good job with that. So Traffic Leads to Income VM is going to be our key driving vehicle here. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the screen. We're going to try to take it to an hour. I may be able to go past step 4 of Traffic Leads to Income VM, and we're going to watch my time here. But it may just end up stopping right at the end of step 4, and then we'll do a separate recording for 5 through 7. And if I haven't said who I am, I don't know if I did that or not. My name is Rob Gearing, and I am a very proud member of Carl's Empower team and Team Consistency as well in Empower Network, and I own a viral mailer called Traffic Leads to Income VM. So I am proud and honored to be with our fine live panel today. We have Cosmos, Ashley, and Dale. So if you guys want to mute out, we'll make sure we don't have any background noise during the recording. And we will proceed with the screen share at this point. Okay, so it looks like it's working fine. So what we're going to do is right now, that's the Traffic Leads to Income back office. That's where it all begins. So let's just go ahead and log in. So I'm going to go ahead and click the login button. So once a person is a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM and they have validated their account, their email address, it's really simple to get started and get this system going. So I click on login, provided that I know my username and password. I type that in, and that'll take me into the back office where you'll see an introductory video, which we're probably going to mute. So I'm going to wait for that to start. There I am. Okay, so I sort of greet everybody with the fact that, we do have something more than just a viral mailer here. A viral mailer is a safe list on steroids. It allows you to earn additional mailing credits by building a downline within a particular viral mailer like Traffic Leads to Income VM. So in case you're wondering, what's the difference between a viral mailer and a safe list? That's the biggest difference that I always tell people. But there's a lot of them out there. I happen to be fortunate to have one that is ranked very highly. It's been around for 5 years, ranked in most people's top 10, top 15. So I'm very fortunate to have that. But with that being said, I'm more proud of the marketing system. I'm more proud of the fact that we can teach and train people how to use my vehicle and the other vehicles out there, the other viral mailers that we'll talk about, to literally build a list and create sales leads that create income. That is really where my time is spent, because once the mailer is created and I have 20,000 members and 7,000 people that subscribe, my work is pretty much done as an admin. I don't do a lot of admin work. I'm not approving stuff. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm sort of now putting my coach hat on and working and training people, which we're doing today. So that's a little bit of introductory information there. So on that homepage that we're looking at right there, that's the members homepage. You have to be logged in to see that. That's actually step 1 of the process. So below the video, we mentioned begin your massive marketing success system. Step 1, 10,000 credits and $10 in cash. So it may not sound like a fortune, but it's something that I offer that a lot of people don't. Once you go through all your steps and you've collected your bonuses along the way, you will get 10,000 credits and $10 cash. And those that work closely with me, they're at my highest upgrade level, like the folks that are on the panel here today, they're getting 10,000 credits every day they log in to Traffic Leads to Income VM to mail. So they're getting the primo access to one of the best mailers that's out there in the industry. So that's part of being part of the team. But there is a price of admission, if you will. which, I can talk about at a later time, a price of admission to get this level of access. And actually, I'm going to be talking about it because I'm going through the steps. So step one, we just begin scrolling down. We start at the beginning here. So we right in the beginning tell people one of the most important components is to get involved with the Total Shortcut for just $7 for a 14-day trial. And I'm going to tell you that it's Empower Network. So, and I'm proud to say that, I'm a proud Empower Network boss. I've been a boss for 7 or 8 months in a row. I can't remember anymore. And I'm proud to be with the company. I joined Empower Network because their training and their material and what they have to offer is beyond anything that's out there on the internet. Plus, they give you the ability to earn more than anybody else out there on the internet. So if you want a true home business, this is where you're going to land up. So you can fight it. I fought it for several years, but you're going to come here because you're going to hear about it and hear about it and hear about it. And you're going to hear about the success stories, and you're going to hear about people's incomes, and you're going to hear about everything that makes this special, and you're going to come around. So why not come around today that you're watching this video and just go to your downline builder in Traffic Leads to Income VM. You can actually click here where it says right in step one, click here to join for just $7, and you'll go right to the downline builder, and it's the first entry, and you take that trial. And that's really where this story begins. So, it unfolds there. We ask then, once folks are in Empower Network and part of our team, go through the 4 steps of training at Empower Network. Very extensive, very high-level training that you're going to get over there that really kind of slaps you in the face a couple times and says, wake up, there really is a correct way to do this, and here's the plan. And it's very well done by David Wood, the owner of Empower Network. Professionally shot, professional cameras, it's like watching a movie or a music video or something like that. So, it's very impressive training, and it'll really set you up for success once you get past your trial, which is really our goal, is not just to bring people in at a 14-day trial, but to get you connected to the team, to get you into the 6-figure builder club, which is hugely instrumental in this income pursuit that we have, and moving you forward. So, but I'll let David handle all the heavy lifting over there. It's really well done. It's a great sales funnel, and you may have already entered that. So if you have, congratulations, you can sort of pretty soon pause me and go through that, and then you'll come back, is really the way this works. So that's critical. So then we are going to have a video tutorial, which is what you're watching right now, but that one there will switch out. So this is our new revised training that'll be steps 1 through 4 of the 7 steps to success, also known as massive marketing success. I encourage people in step 1 to connect with me on Skype, connect with your sponsor, more importantly, on Skype, and your sponsor name is listed right in that area. If you are a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM, make sure your profile is filled out, because your new opt-in is going to be looking for you. And if it's not complete, they're not going to be able to find nor connect with you. And you're going to want to also, as leaders, be connecting hopefully before the new person connects with you. But just in case you're on vacation or you stepped away for a little bit, they have the ability to get right to you and say, I'm serious, I'm ready to go, let's do this, let's move forward. We also have a Skype mentoring group. We have multiple. We have one for the Traffic Leads to Income VM, and then we have one for a massive marketing success group, which encompasses a lot of different people from a lot of different teams and stuff. We're all coming together, creating a mastermind group of success. And these people that I think, you can see them because we're in screen share here. They are living proof of what's going on, and it's only just begun for these guys, what's going to happen and how their list is going to grow, and how things are going to progress for them in their businesses. And I'm just happy to just sit back and help them and watch the success. I'm greatly looking forward to that. So once you've connected with your coach, your mentor, that's important. If not, connect with me, because I'll search them out, I'll find them, I'll drag them over to you, or I'll help you myself. That's my commitment to everybody that is within my sphere of influence. Go to your profile. Please go to your profile. Make sure everything is updated. Make sure that your autoresponder URL is your Empower Network Total Shortcut link, because it's a package deal. Once you come in under the Total Shortcut, you're getting not only a great blog, but the contact management system. So there's also a primary business area over at the profile. you may be coming to me from a network marketing company. You may be coming to me, I'm not going to name any names because they're not paying me any residual money, but ABC, Acme, big network marketing company, plug that link in under primary business. I'll show you soon how that would play out, and how that can actually, coming in and working with me in this group, can literally bring people to your primary business. We're just adding tools and resources that are going to help you and your folks. Because imagine your team who's not well trained, if they become juggernauts of list building, lead generation, follow-up and closing techniques, if your comp plan is an MLM plan, you're going to be sitting pretty, and I'm going to be doing some of the training actually for you, some of the heavy lifting, as we like to use that term. So profile update, extremely important. I am going to go over to the profile because there is something really critical that confuses people all the time. We're going to clear that up right away. So I click on profile. Make sure that you have a picture in there so you can edit your profile image. This will work with one of your referral pages, so it's just important to have that. I'm not so concerned with the information until we get really down to the PayPal email is important because you can earn commissions from traffic leads to income BM. At the highest upgrade level, you're making 50% commissions. So that's nothing to sneeze at for sure. Your Skype is important to be there. Your autoresponder and primary business, which we spoke about. All your messenger and social networking IDs. Your referral page customizer will actually take the items from here and the items from your testimonial and put them in this little box here, which automatically gets pasted on your referral page, which you'll find over in the affiliate toolbox area on the left-hand side of the screen. I just highlighted that for you. So that is the gist of the updating the profile. Getting that little widget is important to have that excuse me, ready to go on your referral page. And you can actually edit. You can do editing within that referral page customizer. So I believe, no, I don't think you can now. Now that I think about it, we had some issues with that years ago. We had to deactivate that. But you do have the opportunity within your testimonial to use HTML code that could link to a video or something along those lines. So a lot of power. And this is code you can grab and go. So you can take your referral page customizer code, copy that onto a blog, copy that onto a web page, copy that somewhere, and it's gonna show just like it shows here, this little box right here. No matter where you put it, that's how it's going to look, and people are going to be able to find your personal website. They're going to be able to find your you on Facebook, grab you on Skype. More modes of excuse me, more modes of contact, which is really awesome. Now, the thing I wanted to highlight is that please don't fill anything in these two fields here where it says password or confirm password. If you are having trouble updating your profile, it's because your computer automatically placed something in that password field. Please remove that so that those two boxes are blank before you click on update, and that'll solve that problem that I get a support ticket on just about every other day. So and if you do want to change your password, you have to make sure that the password field is filled in twice. That's the catch there. But otherwise, you always want those fields to be blank. So these are very important steps, and I wanted to go over that profile in a little bit more detail because it's very critical. So now we go back to the home page, which will reload me again and reload my introductory video, which I will pause as I do so often. The front page here in step one also tells you how many credits you have for the mailer. And it's really, you're probably saying, why aren't we mailing right now? We should already have a mail out right now. Stop all the talking. Well, I ain't stopping the talking because here's the deal. It says right here, there's a big stop sign. Stop. Don't do anything else until you've set up your marketing system, because you may know what you're doing. Odds are you don't. Literally 98% of the people on the internet in internet marketing don't know how to market properly. And I was one of them, actually. I was one of them until I joined Empower Network. So stop and give me a chance to train you. Give me a chance to explain correct procedures to you before you rush into the mailer and start sending stuff out, because the stuff that I'm seeing in the industry is a little scary right now that people are advertising, and you need to understand how to do this right. So that's all I'm asking. Just give me the chance to train you before you use my mailer and my friends that own mailers, a product out there as well. My compadre, so to speak. Let me show you how to do it right and get success using SafeList and viral mailers. So with that all being said, we forge ahead, my friends. So at this point, you should be an Empower Network member. Okay, welcome to, welcome, I will say. You send me a support ticket and you say, Rob, I made the move. I am upgraded into Empower Network. I took the $7 total shortcut. Then I will give you the lifetime top upgrade, the best that I have to give. I will switch you over to that at no additional cost, as long as you fall within my team structure and within team consistency. So I can always sidebar or explain that to somebody. That's not for this video, but that's sort of how it works. And then you'll be able to, until I hit the the upgrade button and change your status, you won't see this click here to proceed to step 2. But once I do my magic, you're getting all my goodies. Literally, there's a link here in step 1 that says click here to see what you get at that level once you get to that level. But if you're not at that level, just quickly, you're going to get the 50% commissions. You're going to get the 10,000 credits a day, provided you log in every day, to send out your advertisements, your promotions. You're going to get literally the the maximum ability to add things to the downline builder, the maximum ability to create as many lead capture pages as your heart desires. And you're also going to rotate at trafficleadstoincomevm.com. You go into that rotator and your referral page will be shown. And many people get signups just because of that, just because of being to the TL2L level. Okay, so now moving forward, click here to proceed to step 2. And that means I have to log back in again. So there we go. Let's do that. Happens occasionally, especially when we're toggling pages like that. All right, so we'll say no to that. And we will now proceed right to step 2. And there we go. So there is step 2 now. So if you see step 2, you're doing something pretty good. Okay, you're special, because my graduate members don't see it. My JV members don't see it. My undergraduate members don't see it. Only my TL2L level folks that I coach and personally mentor and support see it. So congratulations, you've made it this far. Okay, so continuing on. Now we need to create the lead capture page. So that is really critical. And because you're an Empower Network, you have the Colatu Cloud, unbelievable contact management package. So we are going to take our formula of lead capture templates, put a form code from Colatu Cloud, and literally make this page for you. We give you the letters that you need to load into this Colatu Cloud Contact Manager, and your picture will get uploaded, and you'll have a really nice customizable page, which we'll show you in a moment. So that's kind of what we're going to work on today. As you notice here, as you move down, this explains what a lead capture page is, so you can read that. It's really just a way to build your list, and we find that people who advertise lead capture pages, that has just a simple form, you give your prospects, you give your potential customers a little bit of information, a place to fill in for more information, and you're going to get more signups out of the viral mailers than you are by advertising a company page. It's just that plain and simple. So we explain that. We then show you your sponsors. If you haven't taken that all-important move to the $7 total shortcut, we give your, or whatever autoresponder your sponsor recommends, we show it again right here. So it gives a person another opportunity to get that piece. There are people that use my system outside of Empower Network. So every major autoresponder is compatible with the Massive Marketing Success System. This is just our preferred recommended way of doing it. So so moving forward, and that's how we're going to explain things. We're going to do it in terms of Empower and Colatu Cloud Contact Manager and Colatu Basic Blog. Okay, so with all that being said, we mentioned here that there is a 5-part email series. We'll get to that shortly. They unfortunately have to be hand entered into Colatu Cloud, but it's not hard. It's just a copy and paste deal. Again, there'll be a video. There's a video that will break this down, which actually is this video right here. So you'll be hearing about all of that. And that really is time to move on to the next step. Just make sure you enter your promo code. I forgot to show you this over at step 1. So there's your step 2 promo code. Enter it on the left-hand side under enter promo code, and you'll receive that lessons, credits, and cash. So that's important to do. Let's continue on to step 3. Very easy, the easiest step that we have, uploading your picture. Upload your picture. If you need a resizing tool, I've actually tested This resizing tool, I've used it for various and sundry things. It works very well. It's free, no cost. So you want to get to your image needs to be about a 150 by 150 and not like, 500 megabytes in size. It's got to be small as you can get it from a file size standpoint, while you still maintain photo quality. So 150 by 150. I can't think of a file size at the top of my head, but if you go through the resizer, if you take a picture like on an iPhone, those are usually huge when you upload them. It'll actually do all that and get it to a manageable format for you. So, and most people don't have trouble with that. This is one of the easiest steps, and I get very few support tickets about this, so that's cool. So we're going to continue now on after our image is set, and you'll see that right there, so you know your image came up successfully. And actually, we give you you should have a picture, but if you don't, there is a kind of a default template little image that you can do, and we give the instructions right here on how to do that. But try to get a picture. That's the branding that's so critical. So continue to step 4. So look, we already got to the 4 steps, and I did probably a lot of extra talking in 25 minutes. So I think we're on pace very well here. This is the mother lode right here. Though there's a lot to do here. So let's see what we're going to do here. So we need to, again, we're going to need to access those 5 emails over at Affiliate Toolbox. We're going to point out that there is a instructional blog, which I think I'm going to click on. I don't have that in my window right now. So this is the company blog, I call it, but it's generic in the way it's set up, so that if you were as part of Traffic Leads to Income VM and following the Massive Marketing Success System, you could simply send somebody to the generic blog page, and it's not going to hurt you. You're going to get credit for the signups because we're just simply going to send them back to log in, provided that they're in Traffic Leads to Income. That's the key. But once you have your prospect locked down into Traffic Leads to Income VM, you give them that corporate video or corporate, I call it corporate, I shouldn't, company page, generic page. You give them this write-up, they're just going to go back to the downline builder, and if provided you set up properly, you're going to get credit for all the signups, for all the sales, commissions, everything like that. I will encourage my team, my folks that I'm mentoring that are coming in through Empower Network, to please use your Kalatu basic blog and premium blog. You can literally create this same vehicle on that blogging platform, and then you're customized. So you send somebody via the email series or via the your thank you page, which we're going to show you to in a moment. You can literally send them to your original material, and it reinforces another product that they're getting for that $7 introductory payment there, which they can use that with delight for 14 days. So we're going to keep this off to the side. This is what you call a complement or a supplement to those 7 steps in the back office of Traffic Leads to Income VM, and they fall under Step A, Step B, Step C, Step D, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave that. Move back to the back office. And let's just see here. We know that hopefully we're, we've got our autoresponder handy. For those Empower members, it's your Kalatu cloud. We know where those emails are housed. We're going to be accessing them. There will be, these instructions we're giving here will be recorded, so you can play them over and over again to get this set up straight. That is pretty much where we're at. So why don't we go ahead and create, right now we're in the process of, you may not believe it, but we've actually at step 4 pretty much almost created your lead capture page for you at this point. We just need some additional information. So let me move over to Empower Network. This is good for people to see how to get to their Kalatu cloud. You go to empowernetwork.com, okay? There you go. Hit login. Hit login again, provided you saved your details, or type them in, username and password. There we are in the back office. It would be wrong of me not to mention that this is your daily shortcut. This is once you are set up, gone through your 4 steps of Empower training, gotten all your setups and your promotions organized. This is what you do every day. These steps right here, and you don't do anything else extra until you have completed those assignments. And that's how structured we are. And that's why we're succeeding and winning, because we're creating focus, F-O-C-U-S, right? That's what makes a huge difference. You'll see an introductory video from your sponsor, provided your sponsor, like Carl, uploaded something to their Empower back office. So, and then just so I'll show you, if you click on Getting Started, you can start your Empower Network training right at that point. Start here, your income plan, 6-figure strategy, and your bonus, which is that 6-figure builder that I told you about. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say right now about that. You can also click on acceleration training, and that takes you into the Empower training as well, and some other goodies that they have over there, which they'll tell you about in the training videos. What I want to do is click on Kalatu Cloud. So this is already out of the box done for you, so to speak. This is already set. The only thing you'll need to add is contacts, and we're going to teach you how to immediately begin adding contacts to your business, okay, and turning them into paid members. That's the exciting part of this. So what we need to do is we need to create a web form is what we need to do. So we simply go to Autoresponder and Web Forms, okay? Then at that point, we're going to click on Create a New Web Form Template. And I'm going to keep this real basic and simple. Okay, so you have your designer themes or your basic layouts. Well, I'm going to say, just go with the recommended, keep it simple. So we're going to click on the basic layout. We are going to pick one of those 3 basic layouts. They're all nice. I kind of like that yellow highlighted. I see my panel, some of my panel, I think, is using that as well. The yellow highlighted squares versus the slightly dashed or solid line. So then you just basically click on that, basic layout 1, okay? So at that point, you wait for that to load. Let's give it a name. So this is my MMS, and today's, I probably already have an MMS, MMS 1116. Page title, Massive Marketing Success. Do this live, that's how easy it is. Enable reCAPTCHA, I'm not going to click that. Lead category. Basically, we can organize your lists in different ways. Just call it a new prospect. You'll get training later on about how to change categories and what some of that means, but it's fine just to go new prospect. My list, general interest is definitely fine, though I'll just give you one quick thing that's not hard to do. You can go to Kalatu Cloud under Audience Manager and literally create a list in 3 seconds called Massive Marketing Success, which I've already done. Because I want to, everybody that I'm opting into the Massive Marketing Success system, I'd like to see them grouped and housed in one room there. So I click on that, and I'm going to click on Apply. So that is real easy to do, and so I'm not going to go back and show you because it's simple. It's again under Audience Manager, and it's just you're you're basically just creating a list name. It's like creating in kind of an empty box with a label on it. So with that said, so I think I'll take out the general interest. Then I'm going to go back to the drop down and uncheck general interest. So you could actually have one prospect go into 2 lists, so to speak, 2 buckets. But for this purposes, we're just going to do the massive marketing. So I just need to update that. Anytime I make changes to these little boxes, I have to hit apply. And that takes care of it. What is my thank you page going to be? Well, that is something that we are going to reveal here shortly. So let's see. We don't have that exactly ready. Let's go back to Traffic Leads to Income VM. And let's do something here. Okay. So we can kind of flip back and forth here. We're going to ultimately have code put in that box where my cursor is right now. Let me scroll down, and let me tell you this. We're going to create a new lead capture page is what we're going to do, okay? If you didn't hit create new lead capture page, you get one automatically built called standard LCP. That comes out of the box as soon as you've saved step 4 and moved into 5, it's done. You could come back here and literally access something called your standard LCP, which will tie together your photo, which will tie together your form code, and I give you general verbiage, which you really should change, but it's actually pretty cool verbiage. It works. So it's up to you. You don't have to. Nobody has to do anything in this world, but I like to customize things because it makes everybody knows what the Traffic Leads to Income VM standard verbiage looks like. So if you do something different, they're going to say, this is a person who actually is a leader who kind of, steps out of the box, so to speak. That's part of your evolution as a leader, and that's what we teach in our groups as well. So let's go create a new lead capture page. Let's just show the simplicity of that. I hope my voice holds up for all this. It creates a new window. I always like this number 3. So I give you 1, 2, 3. I gave you 8 templates, and one of them actually I debranded. So I put the shaking of the hands icon, because if you do not want to use my branding, Traffic Leads to Income, you can not use that, and you could have this basically sort of more blank looking thing. We covered up the Traffic Leads to Income. By popular request, we wanted to offer at least one template that is generic. But I'm going to choose number 3, and I'm going to call it again MMS 1116, create this page. Okay, so it's now created the template for me. Okay, so with that being said, all I've got to do then is come over here to select a page, and it should be there. If it's not, I'm going to cry. There it is, MMS 1116. So there it is. Okay, it's going to run with the standard verbiage. It's going to run with the form code that I fed it, because anything in this white box here, if you leave that white box blank, you basically have a splash page that you could use. But I'm not going to tell you a lot about that, because that's not what it's about. It's about building a list. So that's the spirit of what we're doing here. So once I choose from the drop-down that MMS page that I just created in seconds, okay, it already tells me what my thank you page is. That's the same thank you page you're going to have with every page that you can create, okay? So now I have something that I can go in and, while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to copy that thank you page URL, and I'm going to come back to Traffic Leads to Income. Oops, I'm going to come back to Kolatu Cloud, and I'm going to change the thank you page to that thank you page. Do I want it to open up in a new window? Yeah, always new windows, always new windows. Okay, so I'll come back to actions in a bit. Let's come back to Traffic Leads to Income VM. Let's see where we're at. Okay, this is where I can customize my verbiage. I can say, so let's begin the journey to earning. I can make it, so let's begin the trip to earning. Now that's not really very good, but I'm just illustrating that it's really easy to change stuff in here. The way we carry your form code is through this hashtag autoresponder hashtag, so that has to stay in there. If you remove that, you're becoming maybe a little advanced, and I can't really always troubleshoot or debug. You can literally, through coding, you can, I don't want to get too much into that, but you can literally put any kind of form code into the editor that you want to under the source button right here, but that's advanced stuff. I don't super recommend it. Use the easy way, the box. The only disadvantage to it is every page you create will have the same form code, and if you want to do different responders and different form codes, that's where you may need to to play with it a little bit, or send us a support ticket and we can help with that. So anyway, to continue, easy to change though, easy to add. Let's make something colorized. So I'm going to highlight customizable. We've all probably seen the WYSIWYGs, but if you're new, you maybe haven't. WYSIWYG is what you see is what you get editor, and they all generally have these same buttons. So you have to mouse over to learn about things. Background color, text color. So we're going to choose text color and red. So when I walk away from that, I have the customizable in red. So that's just something, again, to experiment and play with. Mouse over the various little buttons here in the WYSIWYG editor and play. You can't break the system. You can't hurt anything. You can, who knows, I've seen people do some unbelievable things. So I'm like, I don't even know how you did that, because they've learned how to use the WYSIWYG editor to a high level. But again, it doesn't have to be a work of art. Basic verbiage from your heart, or go with what we tell you. A little bit of color changes and size of text and different things can go a long way. Your picture is there. You can literally change that, brought to you by. You can say something different underneath your picture. You can say something other than fill in the form below to get started. I mean, literally it's a blank palette, but once you start getting everything out of there, it can maybe be hard to reconstruct again. Though we have a safety valve, we call it, there's some reset buttons in different places here. So you can't break really anything too bad within Traffic Leads to Income VM. So at this point now, if I were to hit, I'm not going to hit save yet because I haven't shown you the form code yet. So I have to go back to that. That's going to come up into here. So we're going to leave this sit right now. We're going to leave this sit. Yeah. So I think we've shown that pretty good. So we've already put our thank you page in. We'll talk about the thank you page in a minute. I'll come back to that after I've completed the creation of the lead capture page, because we can change that, and we need to. We need to change that. That blog that I showed you, whether it be from me, the generic one, or from your sponsor, that'll actually give you, that's got some detailed instructions about what we're doing here as well. So that's one little supplement to pay attention to. So back to Kolatu Cloud, what do we have to do next? Okay, so after someone subscribes to my list, I want to I'm not going to say check that send verified often email. You're creating too many hoops. We're not going to do that. We don't want to say do nothing. We want some emails to go out. We want to start an autoresponder is what we want to do. But we've got to create that autoresponder actually. So once we create the autoresponder, then we're going to go ahead and choose that option. We're going to call it the MMS autoresponder. So we're going to need to go and do that. So what I think I'm going to do then is I'm going to just, for now, save my work. And let's go ahead and create ourselves the autoresponder piece. So I'm going to click on Next. And I'm going to click on Next. Just skipping ahead a little bit. We'll come back to it. And once I keep clicking Next until I see your changes are saved. Paranoid people will also want to hit Save again, just to make sure that it is indeed saved. See, I have code, but I'm not ready for that yet. Let's go back and take a look at the autoresponder piece that we need to create. Okay, so that's real simple. That's going to go under Create Autoresponder. We're in the same area. We went from Home. We chose Autoresponder in Web Forms. We're back at the same area right there. And we're going to click on Create Autoresponder. Okay, it's going to be the standard setting is what we're going to do for this. Okay. And I'm going to put a couple letters in. I'm not going to put them all in, so you'll get the gist of it for time's sake. So standard autoresponder, and it actually explains to you standard versus specific date. So I'm not really going to get into that too much because we're just going with standard. So not much there, other than the date spacing, which I will tell you about in a moment. So I'm going to hit Next. Okay, everything always has to have a name. And everything should always be tracked. So click that plain text clicks box there, so you have that. Autoresponder name will be MMS, but mine will be 1116 because I've already created this. Okay. Display name, Massive Marketing Success. You want to label things. Massive Marketing Success. Short description, I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that because it's optional anyway. All right, so ready to go. Time zone, contacts time zone if available. If not, use my time zone. That's default. We're going to keep it that way. Click on Next. Okay, now it's time to add a letter. Okay, let's come back to Traffic Leads to Income. This should all be sort of saved here. I'm going to go ahead and save my lead capture page. I like to save stuff. I can come, as I showed you earlier, easy to go back and grab stuff once you save it. So let's go to Affiliate Toolbox. And let us find, it's right there. Okay, so let me just quickly tell you your affiliate link that we talked about, referral page, that's the first thing we show you. But I don't generally run with that all that much. I'm more about the lead capture page. Sign up link is literally what happens when somebody goes to the affiliate link and clicks on sign up. So it's a direct way to get somebody to join the program, which has to happen at some point. The lead capture page will do the same thing. It'll draw them in ultimately to that sign up link. So, you know, I'm sure we'll hit on that momentarily. Let's just grab email 1. So we have email 1, email 2, email 3, 4, and 5. Let's just go ahead and copy and do the old copy paste email 1. We should start with the subject line. Let's copy that. Where do we send your commission checks? That is one of the great questions I love to ask and give the answer to. All right, so let's go back to Claude to Cloud. We're going to click on new letter. Oh, must save to create the campaign. Okay, if that's what you want. All right, so we're going to click save. It's fine. And I'm going to click new letter. Create a letter. Yes. Continue. Okay, now this is where you have to pay attention. Basic templates. Basic 01 plain text and HTML. It's the first area there. Okay, I'm going to click on that. Or I have to hit select. Okay, now we want the send to be immediately after triggered because this is email 1. Subject line being that. Merge fields, not really going to worry about that, but that's where if you are opting, if your lead capture page has first name, last name, different things, you can use these fields and incorporate them, but we don't recommend a lot of that. We want our forms to be short. I've actually pared mine down to just email address. We've learned that you get more opt-ins that way. Who would have known, right? The human nature is that lazy to say, I can't deal with filling in my name, but I will deal with filling in my email address. I know you're laughing, and it's true. You learn after you've been doing this many years, people's tendencies. So immediately after triggered, short description is optional. Triggers we are not going to talk about today, but make a note of that. Ask me about that someday. I love to talk about triggers, but that's advanced stuff. Okay, so now we can go to next. All we're going to do basically, we're creating what they call the HTML version, so we have to go to the go-to letter builder. We need to remove all that junk out of there, so I'm going to click that little pencil, and I'm going to, I'm actually going to wipe the whole slate clean by highlighting the entire bit of text, hitting the backspace key. Oops, I didn't do it. Maybe I have to hit the delete key. Usually backspace did it. Okay, so now I'm going to do my Control V because I believe I copied that letter to my clipboard. I think, I better go back and double check that. I believe I actually put this, no, I did not. God, I caught myself. Okay, so I need to copy the email now. I need to copy the email, and I'm going to paste that into Colatu Cloud. Okay, so that's just a paste job right there. There it is, HTML email done. Let's just edit it and make sure that it makes sense. Okay, hi there. So if I'm not opting in a first name, I don't want to say hi name because it could come out as hi unknown or hi nobody or whatever. So I've gotten away from the tags because of that, because I'm opting in not all the time asking for a first name. So hi there. I'm not going to read the whole letter to you. I'm just scrolling down. Does it all make sense? It has my ID in it. So you guys, if you're doing it the same way I did, it's going to have your traffic leads to income link embedded automatically, which is cool. I'm just going to space this out a little bit. And I'm a fanatic about my mails, so I like to look at them. There's the blog that we talked about. So that blog is good to go. You will someday learn how to do a Colatu blog, custom version of that same material, but that's down the road. So right now, not to worry about it. It's not part of this particular training.
Rob, just so you know, you have to hyperlink those, otherwise they won't be hyperlinked. So you actually
that's a good call. That's a good call, Carl. Thank you for that. So let's do the quick hyperlink on that. Yes. Thank you, Carl. So the hyperlink, what that means is literally when the person gets the email, it's a live link that they click on and it goes right there. Because otherwise, again, the lazy human nature will say, I'm not clicking nothing. They didn't do it right. Forget them. Heck with them. So highlight your link, Control-C copy, go to that little upper right-hand corner, fourth from the upper right, or go left. So go to the upper right and count 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one, a globe with like a paper clip on it. And that's all you need. The rest of the stuff's not critical. Hit OK. And thanks to Carl, we've just done a live link. Do the same thing with the MMS blog, whether it's mine or your custom. The nice thing about your custom one that you'll create through Empower and Colatu blog is that you will be able to have direct links, whereas I can't in a generic blog. I've got to tell people to go to the Online Builder. You can get real direct with it. So that's going to be more productive, I think. Again, people want it's the microwave society. They want it ready to go, right? So everything else is good to go. It just says, and please don't leave it as your name and signature because I'll have to, smack you around a couple times. So it's going to be to your success, your name. So you type your name in, please. But believe it or not, I get letters that say, to your success, type your name here. They're not going to be successful. No success happening for them because I'm going on to the next mentor that I know will be much more better at their setups and stuff. I just type my name. I'll put my Skype in there. I'll put my Facebook, my personal about me link or video. Your signature line. And then there's a PS, but everything's good to go. So at that point, hit that little save in the upper left. Okay, very critical you do that. Save everything always. All right. Looks good to me. Closed letter builder. Let's see if it carried it into the plain text version. So I'm going to hit next now, and all that should be in plain text, and it is. Very well done, Colatu Cloud. Thank you, my friend. So there it is. That's just a sidecar to have that. The key is that HTML. Most people do not get anything in plain text version. For that 1 or 2 people left in the world, that would be for them. But that could be the one person that becomes a big client of yours, so we're not going to exclude them. So at this point now, I've created that first letter. I just need to carry the process forward by hitting next. Do the save and spam score, okay? Your changes have been saved. So now I've got one letter now in this autoresponder. So at this point, I like to hit, I hit save again because I'm just always anal like that. So let me go back here and let me just clean my palette here. So we should have one letter now when we go into our autoresponder series. So anytime you refresh in Cloud to Cloud, it gets rid of all the tabs. And I find that to be helpful. Everything updates. We can look fresh. Autoresponder and web forms. Let's go under Manage Autoresponders now because we've created one. And there's my MMS 1116 with one letter in it. And all I've got to do is click Edit. Or maybe I wanted to click Preview. No, I think that was good. Okay, so I'm going to hit Next. And I should be seeing that. So there it is. Where do we send your commission checks? Being sent immediately upon opt-in with a spam score of 2.9, which isn't bad. And literally, I'll begin to learn about open rate and unsubscribes too. Ooh, is that new? I'm going to have to go back and analyze my current campaigns. Interesting. Okay. Learn something new every day. All right, so there's letter 1. Let's go get letter 2. Now, once I show you letter 2, you will be able yourself to do letter 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's go get letter 2. It's the same format. It's called You May Have Missed It. Okay, so we're going to Control-C on our subject line, come to Cloud to Cloud, hit New Letter, create New Letter. I'm going to go a little quicker this time. Continue, Basic Templates. The first one, Basic Plain Text and HTML, select. I'm going to, now here's where it's important. Your send time of 10 a.m. is okay. I've had mentors tell me not 8, 9, or 8, earlier the better. So let's meet that in the middle and go 9 a.m. So I can choose that from the little clock. I'm going to back that up to 9 a.m. My time zone, I believe, which is Eastern Standard Time right now. This is important. Send this email 0 days after the autoresponder is triggered. Just think about that sentence and you will never get confused. So triggered immediately. Where would I want my second letter to go? 1 day. So that'd be a 1. My third letter would be a 2. My fourth letter would be a 3. Because again, first letter is going immediately. Okay. Second letter, and now this is where we can disagree. I like to one after another. You could also space that by 2. So the formula then would be letter 1 was immediately. Letter 2 is 2 days after that triggering happened. Letter 3 would be then 4 days. And then the next one would be 6, 8, etc. So that's all you have to remember. But I want my next letter to come 1 day after that initial triggering. My third letter will again be 2. Okay, I'll put a 2 there, and it will get it 2 days after that initial triggering. So hopefully that didn't confuse you. If you need to replay, go back and rewind and listen. That may help you. All right. So message subject line was easy. We pasted that. Short description, we're not putting in. We're not triggering right now, but we'll teach you that within Empower Network Advanced Six-Figure Builder Training. Make sure you get in the Six-Figure Builder. I'm going to hit Next. And that's my HTML. I'm going to go back to Letter Builder. I'm going to hit the little pencil. So anytime within this editor, once you get around the upper right of a certain block, that's where all that comes up. That would be the pencil for edit. X would be to close that box. I generally am only hitting the pencil icon. And now it allows me to go to Traffic Leads to Income DM to grab my email. And I'm not going to do too much with the editing since I showed you that in email 1. I don't think that's important now at this point. You know the drill is you're going to do the same thing every time. So I'm going to get rid of all the text that's in there. And I don't know why it takes 2 times, but it just seems to have to do that. So then I'm going to Control V paste. Remember to make your links live. Remember to change your sig line. Remember to, if you're opting in first names, you can use a replacement field. Hi, first name, but make sure that you actually are capturing the correct first name, that your form is supporting that. I say that multiple times because I've made that mistake and I've cringed when somebody replied back to an email and I saw that it said hi unknown. I would be very confused if I got that. All right, so that's really it. At this point, hit your save in the upper left-hand corner, your little disk icon. Close your letter builder. Click on Next to verify that you have a plain text version. Click on Next again to make sure that you are at the final step. Let's see what that spam score is. The save and spam score is critical because you'll lose your material. And I think some of our folks that say that they're not seeing their letters anymore, they're not doing that. They're not clicking save in spam score. I will take the even further step of going up and hitting save one more time, so that doesn't happen to me. So at this point now, that's letter 1. Letter 2 is in. Let's just go back one more time and let's verify. So we're going to clear our palette. There's somebody weed whacked behind me there. I love that timing, but you know, that's life in the condominium world here. At least I don't have to do it myself, friends. Okay. All right, so let's go to autoresponder and web forms. Let's go to manage autoresponders. Let's just verify that we have our letters in. So the autoresponder that I created was MMS 1116. Click on edit, and I should see 2 letters there once I hit next, because that first screen is always the initial screen, the naming of it, and the tracking and stuff. When I hit next, then there you go. So this is where the screen that I would add my 3rd letter, my 4th letter, how many you're going to have in your series. So at that point, we're done. We've created our responder series. So at this point, one more time, refresh the palette, go back to Traffic Leads to Income VM, and now it's very important to we have to find our we just have to find our lead cap that we made. So we're going to go to home, and we're going to go. I'm going to show you a shortcut here. You're going to learn from this video. So immediately, I'm going to scroll to the bottom and go to step 2. But I really want to go to step 4, so I'm just going to type that in at the top. Step is equal to 4. Lazy man way to do it there, but there I am. I'm now at step 4. I skipped over 3. So choose your, we already created our lead capture page, so we're going to go to select the page. We're going to choose the one that we just created. In my case, it was at the very bottom, MMS. It kind of puts them in date format, makes it easy to find instead of alphabetizing. Most recent at the bottom, MMS 1116. We did a small bit of editing, as you saw. A lot of customization that you can do. I am ready now to add that form code in there. So we've done, you know, we've customized it in the WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get editor. We are going to now put in our form code. So we go back to Cloud to Cloud, and we click on Autoresponder and Web Forms. Okay, we're going to go to Manage Web Forms now because it's already there. Okay, this is going to play now to my autoresponder series that I created. Everything's now going to trigger when somebody fills in this form. So I'm going to click on Edit the MMS 1116 because that's the new one that I created. I'm going to now step through by hitting the Next button, which will reveal the actual coding. This is what it's going to look like. Join our email list. Click Next again to get the actual coding. Use the top one. We had a big discussion about this in our support group. Do not use, it's the recommended in Traffic Leads to Income VM. Unless you want to be a hero, don't use anything other than the first one, which is recommended, which is starts with iframe. So copy.
Excuse me, Rob.
Yes.
I think you forgot on the first part to connect the web form to the autoresponder.
No, I did not, Dale. We're good.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you're fine. No, it's good. Because right now we're going to copy that code, that form code, and we're going to come back to Traffic Leads to Income VM, and we're going to get rid of that and replace it with this. Now, I'm not going to save it because I don't want to mess myself up here of my work that's already in, or maybe I will. I think that's fine. I can do that. I can save that. So I'm going to hit Save My Autoresponder Code. That's critical. So now any page that I create or have created, because it's planted that hashtag we talked about. So when we go back and select our page in step 4, we select our lead capture page. Remember that hashtag, autoresponder hashtag? It's just playing to that code box. It doesn't know any better. So basically, it's going to insert that form code into that spot right there. So when we click on your LCP URL, there you go. So we have now created a lead capture page. When that did. That's really all there is. That's really all there is to the creation of the lead capture page. Let me close that out. So, but it's okay because it's set there. It's not going to change. It's a constant. So we can look at what that looks like and edit it to our taste. So we're going to click on thank you page URL. We know it's already set. It's already set over with our form. So when our form is filled out, this is where they're going to be taken to this page, to this thank you page. And we can edit this actually very easily. So we're going to edit that page by going to back to the back office, back to step 4. Oops, looks like somebody needs to get out. We're going to go to right up in here. Edit your thank you page. And same thing, WYSIWYG editor. So we can do anything we want to do here. So what I do is I say, thank you, please click here to be taken to your sign up page for Traffic Leads to Income VM. So that was over at Affiliate Toolbox. Remember the page that basically is the direct form to join the Traffic Leads to Income VM program, because that cements it so that now they can proceed with their 7 steps. And then we say it right there, once in, make sure you begin your 7 steps to success. So that's that. I actually give the blog underneath my picture and my icons. That's automatically inserted into your thank you page for you. So down below that, though, I added check my personal website to access my Total Shortcut Success Plan. So that's actually showing people, we talked about step 1, getting into Total Shortcut, the $7 trial for 14 days. I went that route. That could also be your blog that you create that has the instructions that we just went over. So there's some flexibility with that piece. And again, the editing is the same as we did with the lead capture page. You use your buttons there, you change your text, you can change your colors, make things, like Carl mentioned, you make your links live, by highlighting what you want to be a live link and hitting the little paperclip, which in this editor is a little different than what it was in Cloud2Cloud. But when you mouse over, it says link. So that's how you know that it's correct. And then you hit save in order to save that thank you page. You can also reset that. If you don't like it, there's standard company verbiage that's there, but you can't mess it up. You can always reset and redo it again. So that is basically the process here. So let's just walk through what we have, what we've created. Let me get rid of that thank you page. I'm not going to get rid of that thank you page. Let me just come back over to, oops, that's preventing me from doing that. Here we go. That's the MMS, that's the blog setup instruction. So back here at Traffic Leads to Income VM step 4, we're going to click on, we're going to go back and select our page one more time. So we're solid on where that link is at. So select page. We're going to go to the bottom one that we just created, MMS 1116. And we're just going to kind of walk through what that's going to look like with our, and I am going to close that thank you page, actually, I believe. I'm going to get that out of here. Okay. I'm just going to wait for my screen to come back. All right, come on, screen, let's go. Yeah, I'm just a little bit frozen here, but it came back before, so. Oops. Oh, we stopped sharing there. I got to get back to screen share. Okay, so back to desktop, back to screen share. All right. I just need to squeeze over here. There we go. I want to get away from the blog. Okay, this is where I want to be. So again, back to step 4. We choose the page that we just created. In my case, MMS 1116. And it tells me, again, gives me the specific URL. So this is my lead capture page. So what's going to happen now? So I'm on a viral mailer. Okay, I get an email. We'll talk when we do our next training. We're going to have steps 5 through 7 of what we're actually advertising, how we're putting that campaign out there, and how we're doing all that. But let's just say, we'll use our imagination for a second. We have somebody who's reading an email. They click the link, and they're presented with your page right here. So you put in your first name, or whatever, however your opt-in form is constructed. So first name, last name, email. You can actually just do nothing but email address, and that may get you more opt-ins like we talked about earlier. So when they click subscribe, they're now hitting your Cloud2Cloud. Okay, so you now have a subscriber over there. I've just received that thank you page. See, so we know the thing works. Thank you. Please click here to be taken to the sign-up page for Traffic Leads to Income VM and continue your massive success setup. Once in the back office, make sure, as we know, begin your 7 steps to success training. The email, they will get that initial email, so they're going to have that as a reinforcement. They can check out my personal website for information about the total shortcut success plan. And that is, and I think with the time that we've allotted, we're pretty good. We did about a little bit over an hour. So at this point now, we are going to end the recording, and the next session that we'll do, the next big session that we'll do, will continue on beyond step 4. So we'll go through 5 through 7 with everybody. And that is it for this training. So at this point, I'd like to thank my live attendees, my great panel, and we're going to go ahead and stop that recording.